One Republican House member who does not support the deal is Congressman Joe Barton, and he is our guest tonight. Congressman Barton, obviously you just heard Senator Ted Cruz with an impassioned indictment of this deal and of Obamacare. You plan to vote no, but do you think the bill will pass the House tonight?
I think with Speaker Boehner endorsing it in the Republican conference, it probably will pass, but it's going to be a Pyrrhic victory because this isn't the end of the fourth quarter. This is maybe the end of the second quarter. The basic problem still remains. We're borrowing too much money. We're spending too much money. We need to structurally reform the government. We need to structurally reform entitlements. And what this is a punt, as you pointed out. Yep. Keeping the government open till the middle of January and borrowing another $200 billion approximately that keeps us till the early February. So this isn't the end of the game. This is just kind of a timeout or halftime.
And did John Boehner make a mistake endorsing it? I mean, should we have gone over the line? Obviously, who knows what would have happened in the markets. We do know there is enough money to pay everything for some more time. So, you know, October 17th, you could argue whether it's a drop-dead date or not. But did he make a mistake endorsing this deal today?
Well, I think the Speaker made a judgment call, and it was kind of a 50-50 judgment on his part. He decided the risk wasn't worth the possible default, which I don't think would have happened, so I'm not going to begrudge him that judgment call. But again, the main problem is we're spending too much money, the government is too big, Obamacare is not working, and those problems aren't going to go away because we've borrowed another $200 billion and told government workers to come back to work till middle of January.
Let me ask you this, sir. Ted Cruz, speaking, called this a victory. I just wanted to play his words for you first. Here he is.
We saw the House of Representatives take a courageous stand listening to the American people that everyone in official Washington just weeks earlier said would never happen. That was a remarkable victory to see the House engage in a profile in courage.
Now, I have to ask you, Congressman, how is it a profile of courage when the government was shut down and money was essentially thrown away? I mean, you as a spending hawk have got to be upset about this, right? S&P says it's cost $24 billion to shut down the government, and you're going to pay everybody who's been furloughed for a vacation when they didn't work, and you haven't gotten a single thing on Obamacare. How is that a profile in courage?
Well, I respect Senator Cruz. He's my junior senator, but I agree with you. This is not a profile in courage. The House of Representatives, the Republican conservatives, we've tried to do the right thing, and I think trying to defund or repeal Obamacare is the right thing, and I think trying to get some budget reforms in exchange for the debt ceiling increase is the right thing. We haven't gotten it yet, but that does not mean that we're not going to keep trying. Again, this is not the end of the fourth quarter. This is the end of the first half, and the problem's going to be there in December and January and February, and I still have confidence that eventually we will come together and pass something that gets a balanced budget in a reasonable period of time and keeps us there.
But let me ask you a final point here on that. How do you have that confidence, right? I mean, it's been 13 times we've approached deadlines like this since 2011. Every time there's been some sort of what was the word they used again now? Whatever, it's going to be a conference, budget negotiations, right? A conference to have some sort of a big deal. There was a super committee last time. Every time it has failed, and at the 11th hour, there's been a bad deal made. So, well, I mean, to me, we're going to be going through this again in 3 months.
I have confidence in the American people. I have confidence in their judgment. I have confidence that at some point in time, people are going to realize that $17 trillion is a huge debt, and we don't want it to go to 18 or 19 or 20 trillion with no structural reforms. So I basically trust democracy, and I can guarantee you on behalf of the 6th District of Texas, I'm going to be up here fighting not to shut the government down, not to do anything crazy, but to get us to balance and to keep us balanced, and I do believe that will happen.
And what about Obamacare itself. You know, you just heard Ted Cruz speaking and saying millions are rise up and tell Washington about the failures of Obamacare, the pain that has been visited upon you, I believe might have been, I'm paraphrasing, but basically the words that he just used to describe it. I'm confused because Obamacare hasn't really even fully started. Wouldn't it be better for you to let it roll out, and if it succeeds, you could have just backed off, and if it fails, that spoke for itself? You're stuck now.
Actually, I have a bill I'm going to introduce next week to make it voluntary for the first year, for the year 2014, and let the American people choose. It's the Obama Choose Act, OCA. If it's as great as the Democrats say it is, people will join up. If it's as bad as people like me say it is, they won't join. My guess is the only people that will really benefit from it are people with pre-existing conditions. Obviously, they should join because they don't have insurance now. But I don't think many other people are going to benefit from it. And if we just make it voluntary for a year, I think the American people will choose that it's not a good deal.
Congressman Barton, thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate it. Of course, as he said, he's going to be a no vote, but he does anticipate this will pass the House tonight.